Hello and welcome. I am Stephanie Matthews, and as the business owner and creator of Magical Mothering, I've been getting a lot of people in my Facebook group and some of my clients reaching out and really needing support right now, really needing resources, community connection on a much deeper level than hey, how are you? Because right now that question kind of brings up a lot of stuff, and definitely there's a lot happening in the world as far as being able to feel deeply. A lot of the people that I work with are empaths, and an empath is a person who is able to feel not only their own emotions, but the emotions and feelings and insights of those around them. So a lot of the people that I work with are healers in the fact that they are maybe massage therapists or counselors or social workers or therapists, or they work in a setting where they help people. Healers are often described as those who help others. So this is really who I'm directing this at, is those who feel deeply, the empaths, the healers, the people in this world who are very much ready to change, because the way things have been going are no longer the way that they can continue to go. This is obvious in the way that this whole past few weeks and months have been unfolding, is that we've created a system that did not have a solid foundation. And the system is impacting each and every one of our lives. And this is something that for many generations now have not had to experience, something dis-ease. We've been dealing with this dis-ease on a very individual basis with conditions such as cancer and heart disease and even medications and things on that level. But until this moment, the entire world has not felt on a very deep and profound level, truly experiencing the same exact worry, fear, anxiety, and uncertainty. So I want to just take a moment and for us to really realize how profound this moment truly is. That us as a human race is connecting with each and every individual as another human. Because none of us are immune to this, what is happening, and while we are preparing, and hopefully while we are building up our systems, there is a great deal of uncertainty, and I feel that this is exactly what is needed in order to tap in to what is true. When we have the answers, when we have the solutions, when we have the formulas, there is a certainty that happens, and we almost get to a point of, I'm right. There is no being right in this situation. There is simply just being. And that is a very important place to be in right now. So throughout this time together, I don't know how long this time is going to be together, and I don't know what is going to entail this time together. But I very much am hearing that there needs to be created space to be in unity, to be in connection, to be in community. And so what I am doing is right now I am creating a virtual retreat. What is this going to entail? Well, I'm hoping that since everybody has a lot more time on their hands, they have to be isolated and cannot be in the hustle and bustle, that we'll be able to really create more of a mindset of retreating, of really being in space for healing, for learning, for growing, And I've titled this virtual retreat the Wholeness Virtual Retreat. And I was able to come up with a little bit of an acronym of what wholeness really stands for. And for me, in my line of work as a holistic health therapist, wholeness, WHOLENESS, stands for wealth, health, opportunity, learning, expansion, nourishment, enlightenment, self-care, and success. And each one of these aspects of the word wholeness are vital to really creating absolutely everything that we need as a human to thrive. And while this time can seem really maybe scary or like it's a time of survival, we often don't mix the two, survival and thriving, at the same time. But this is what our bodies were made to do. Our bodies were made to be in this heightened sense of awareness to really give us the most amount of insights into what is possible and what we are possible in doing. And so I really just want to encourage you right now that while there may be anxiety or fear or uncertainty, this is exactly the appropriate times to be feeling these things. And I don't want to downplay any of these, because guess what? When we're in a survival situation where there's uncertainty, our brains are made to be into a different space. More adrenaline, more heightened awareness, more aspects of connecting the dots. This is what our body's response is. But on the other side of this is not going to be, this is not a survival situation where you're getting chased by a bear. That is a short-term survival situation. This, what we are dealing with, this pandemic, this is not a short-term survival situation. So we must reprogram our brains to create this into a long-term thriving situation. Because we have to reprogram this in our brains, or we will go into fatigue, into mental chaos. And this was the very, very first thought in my mind, was the people that I've worked with for years, was my magical mothering beautiful friends, was the people in my timeline, and seeing how fragile some of the mental health is in these spaces. And whether your mental health is, as you would define it, as fragile or not, I think all of ours can be. I've had a lot of fragile moments in the past 7 weeks, 8 weeks of watching this whole thing unfold, and I'm sure you have as well. So I want it to be really mindful about where we're at in our mental state. Because as we know, it can change so drastically from moment to moment. And I really want to encourage you that just like our mental state can go from maybe feeling okay to being really anxious or fearful, it can absolutely go the other way. It can go from being absolutely anxious to being empowered, to using that uncertainty to be creative, using that uncertainty to build our innate wisdom within ourselves. So through this, we are going to get through this, and we are going to hopefully learn some valuable techniques and resources to really create and catapult us into a deeper sense of knowing, a deeper sense of being, and a deeper sense of connecting. So I am excited to announce this Wholeness virtual retreat. And over the next few days, I'm going to continue to share more about it and the avenues of how you can join and what it's going to entail. So for now, I just want to say I wanted to give you a little bit of an update of what is it. We will be meeting virtually through a communication resource called Zoom for any live sessions we do. I will be putting out videos with visualizations, tapping, and resources to really help as this unfolds moment by moment. I will be putting out daily resources. So I do need feedback from those who are interested in this of what sort of capacity and time frames are really needed. I know that there's even more on most people's plates with children being home from school, with being in home all day. Your mindset is very different. And so I really am creating this specifically for this unique situation and time. And so feedback is great. And I have all the resources ready. It's a matter of in what formats would be the most welcome. So I'm excited to hear back. I'm hoping to launch this week. Monday was my goal, but I thought maybe that was a bit hasty. And so my goal is to have this on a weekend basis. So Friday afternoons, Saturday, and Sundays. And these are going to be things that you can implement whether you are by yourself or have a family. These are going to be resources that you can do no matter your situation. We all have a little bit more time on our hands, and so really using that time really wisely. And this is just as much about our mental health, our emotional health, using the opportunities that are at hand, and really creating space for our gifts and our abilities to thrive in this moment. Because when we go back into whatever this is after this moment, you're going to be deeply needed. Not what you were doing prior to all of this, but you, whole, all of you is going to be needed. Your gifts, your talents, your abilities are going to be deeply, deeply needed. And that is truly what I see coming of this, is that opportunities are going to be had through this experience, that we are going to be unraveling and unfolding all together in this big giant world experiment called the coronavirus pandemic. And this is not to be taken lightly. This opportunity is here because we are at a turning point, not only in our lives, but as a world. And so I am inviting you to join in with me. I will be doing this deep work on my own, and I thought it would be valuable for me to extend this offer if you'd like to join in with me. If there are enough people that join, we will be doing group healing sessions and things like that to really create space to get intimate and deep and to create something that has never been created before on an ongoing retreat style healing from the comfort of our own homes or nature, wherever you are in this world. And I'm excited to do this with you. So that was a very long-winded explanation of what I'm going to be doing, and I'm excited for you to join me, and I look forward to our time together.